Mic check 1, 2, 3. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Woodbine Mohawk Park. We are scheduled to have 12 qualifying races today, all for 2-year-olds. However, we'll have a delay before we get things started here today. We're just waiting on EMS to arrive. And obviously, per the regulations, cannot proceed without EMS in attendance. So waiting for them to arrive. We'll have an update shortly as when we will get going with today's qualifiers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just an update as to when we're going to get started with today's qualifiers. We should be rolling here in about no more than 10 minutes. EMS about to arrive, and we should be able to get things going in about 10 minutes with today's first qualifier. All right, we're about ready to go with today's qualifying action. Better late than never, I guess. And with the first of 12 now out on the track, there's just one driver change to report. Number 5, Lions Goodrow, will be driven by Jonathan Drury. The 7 that are listed are all here, and they'll be going in behind the starting gate in just a moment. When they do, we'll introduce the field. Once again, 12 qualifiers today. There is to be a break following qualifier number 6. All right, the gate's moving into position. This is today's first qualifier, and we kick things off with 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. It is a field of 7. Number 1 is Illicit Behavior. Illicit Behavior is a Better Still Light colt, trained by Sean Stacy, driven by Bob McClure. Comes out of the Lexington Select sale for $70,000 US. This will be the second qualifier for Illicit Behavior. 2 is Car Wash Blues, a cattle wash colt, trained by Meg Crone. Billy Davis drives. Second go for Car Wash Blues. First over Mohawk Park here today, and was a $17,000 US buyout of Lexington. 3 is Beachside Lindy, Tall Dark Stranger colt. Carl Jamieson trains, Jody Jamieson drives. Third qualifier for Beachside Lindy was a Lexington Select graduate, $35,000 US. 4 is Lions Scooting, Tyler Borth for Randy Harris. This is a shadow play colt, second qualifier. Homebred for 3 Lions Racing. Another one owned by them is the 5 Lions Goodrow, a Better Still Light colt, trained by Tony Beaton. Jonathan Drury will drive. Lions Goodrow was a $100,000 US buy from Harrisburg. 6 is Major Money, homebred for Millar Farms, a gelded son of cattle wash, second qualifier for this Nick Gallucci trainee. James McDonald drives. And 7 is Chief Hauser, a cattle wash colt, trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives, second qualifier for Chief Hauser, the first one over the Mohawk Park Oval. So that's your field of 7 for qualifier number 1, 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. To start things today, the first of 12, temperature climbing, already up into the 20s. Track is fast, clear skies, and little wind to report. Rough start for number 3, Beachside Lindy. The others, here they come. They're off and pacing in qualifier number 1. Stepping out is going to be Lions Scooting to get out in front. Crossing over is Major Money, Illicit Behavior, away well from the inside. Getting away fourth is Car Wash Blues, then to Lions Goodrow, going back to Chief Hauser, and the last one will be Beachside Lindy, who is back pacing after that early break before the start. Racing to the opening quarter here, and Lions Scooting is out in front. Opening quarter time, 29-2. So it's Lions Scooting, a leader by a length and a half. Illicit Behavior follows along in second. Major Money dropped in third. Fourth is Car Wash Blues. Fifth up the backstretch is Lions Goodrow. 2.5 lengths back to Chief Hauser, and then another dozen lengths going back to Beachside Lindy. Lions Scooting, a son of Shadow Play, the leader. Meanwhile, the Better Still Light colt, Illicit Behavior, is getting a nice trip here. Gets to track along, looks good there in the 2 holes. They are by the half in 58-4. So once again, a 29-2 clip. It's Lions Scooting, the leader. Onto the far turn, Illicit Behavior second. Major Money still there third. Car Wash Blues is fourth. Fifth continues to be Lions Goodrow. Tightening up then 6 will be Chief Hauser. And it's now about 20 lengths back to Beachside Lindy. Nobody's moved just yet as they come to 3/4. And Lions Scooting again will call the shots by 3/4 in 128 flat, top of the stretch, off a 29 1/3 quarter. Out of the 2-hole comes Illicit Behavior, and it's Illicit Behavior on the outside, trying to overtake Lions Scooting. Back in 3rd is Major Money. 4th at the 8th pole is Car Wash Blue. So Illicit Behavior takes the lead and is storming on home. Major Money in 2nd. Car Wash Blues coming up on the outside, gets into 3rd from Lions Scooting. 4th, Lions Goodrow trying to pass that one late. Illicit Behavior, a nice looking score off the 2-hole trip. 2nd was Major Money. 3rd was Car Wash Blues. And Lions Goodrow did get 4th. 155 and 2 for Illicit Behavior. Getting set for today's second qualifier, it'll be a field of 6, 2-year-old Colton Geldings on the trot. There'll be one driver change, number 5, Hill Win Corey, will now be driven by James McDonald. Horses lining up, and it's a field of 6 as mentioned. Colton Geldings on the trot. One is Money Talk, a chimpanzee colt. Dustin Jones trains. Tyler Jones will drive. First time out for this son of chimpanzee, who was a Lexian select buy for $70,000 US. 2, Don't Give Up on Me is a Trixton colt. Gaetan Hubert trains. Todd Ratchford drives. Second qualifier. First one here at Mohawk. 3 is Ice Pack. Gelded's on a 6-pack. Doug Bowens trains. Jody Jameson will steer. Second qualifier for this rookie, who was a Harrisburg purchase for $10,000 US. 4 is Bit of the Bubbly, first time out for this son of Walner. This colt is trained by Sean Stacy, driven by Bob McClure, and Bit of the Bubbly was purchased at the Lexington Select Sale for $100,000 US. 5 is Hill Win Corey, a Captain Corey colt, also qualifying debut here today for the Stacy trainee. James McDonald will drive. Hill Win Corey comes out of Harrisburg for $14,000 US. The last one is number 6, Mike Me Up, a gelded son of Muscle Mass, trained by Kyle Fellows. Louis Waugh steers. This will be the third qualifier for this rookie, who was purchased at Harrisburg for $17,000 US. So today's second qualifier features a field of 6, and 3 of them making their qualifying debuts. 1, 4, and 5, the first time out. Starting gate, picking up speed. Here they come. Today's second qualifier. And they're off and trotting. It'll be Don't Give Up on Me, who was going forward near the inside. Outside, though, the one with the most experience in the group, Mike Me Up. And that one's marching out to command. Ice Pack is going to get ahead of Don't Give Up on Me. Meanwhile, Hill Win Corey got ahead of a couple, settles in 4th. Rail Starter Money Talk is 5th. And then at the back will be Bit of the Bubbly. Heading to the opening quarter, it's Mike Me Up in front here for Waugh as they go by the opening quarter in a time of 30 and 3. Mike Me Up, the leader. 30 and 3 the opening quarter. 2 lengths back to Ice Pack second, another 2 lengths then to Don't Give Up on Me in third. 4th is Hill Win Corey, followed by Money Talk, and at the rear of the field is Bit of the Bubbly. So Mike Me Up, as mentioned, the third time out. Made a miscue first time, but last tour, raced from the back, made up some ground late, and here for the first time is put on the front. In second is Ice Pack. 2 more lengths then to Don't Give Up on Me, and the final 3 are Hill Win Corey, Money Talk, and Bit of the Bubbly. 1 minute and 4/5 was the half-mile time. Second quarter was trotted in 30 and 1. And Mike Me Up strides out now to a 3-length advantage. Ice Pack second, Don't Give Up on Me in third. And then it's the debuters, the final 3, in Hill Win Corey, Money Talk, and the last one, Bit of the Bubbly. Coming to 3 quarters. And it's still Mike Me Up by 2. 1:30 and 1 the 3-quarter time. As they come to the top of the stretch, Mike Me Up had a little bit of separation. Ice Pack still in pursuit there second. Hasn't lost any ground here in the lane and starts to angle out. Then back in third. That is Don't Give Up on Me. On that one's Helmet, Hill Win Corey. Then we're going back to Monkey Talk and Bit of the Bubbly. Here is Ice Pack on the outside trying to time it. And Ice Pack looking to reach up on Mike Me Up and does. It's Ice Pack from Mike Me Up. Then going to Don't Give Up on Me. Followed by Hill Win Corey, Monkey Talk, and Bit of the Bubbly. 1:58 and 4. Third qualifier today, 2-year-old pacing fillies are going to move up. Scratch number 7, My Girl Friday, field of 6. No other changes, so we'll start with number 1, 7 Summer to go. A daughter of Cattle Wash, Mike Timpano trains, Daryl Thiessen drives. This one already with a pari-mutuel start. Made a miscue, so we'll look to rebound here today. 2 is Adina Hanover, Captain Treacherous filly, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure drives. Qualifying debut for this Harrisburg graduate, $110,000 US. 3 Lady Century, also qualifying for the first time. She's the daughter of Cattle Wash, trained by Susie Kerwood. Jody Jameson drives. Lady Century came out of the London Classic for $110,000. 4 HP My Lady. This will be the second qualifier for this Ken Skinner trainee. McWicked filly, Scott Young drives, $33,000 yearling buy from the London Classic. 5 is Lions Trina. Randy Harris trains this, daughter of Stay Hungry. Tyler Borth will drive. Second qualifier for Lions Trina, who came out of Harrisburg for $30,000 US. And number 6 is All Bets on Kelly and All Bets Off Filly, trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives. Second qualifier for this 2-year-old filly, her first of which happened up at Grand River Raceway, so her first qualifying appearance here at Mohawk. The 7 is scratched. So again, a field of 6 2-year-old pacing fillies for today's third. Starting gate moves into the stretch. A field of 6 2-year-old pacing fillies, today's third qualifier. Here they come. And they're off and pacing, and Lions Trina gets the first call. She's stepping forward, coming away to her left. That is going to be HP My Lady. To her outside was All Bets on Kelly, and All Bets on Kelly can push on up into a 2-hole in front of HP My Lady. Back to Adina Hanover. Then we go to Lady Century, and the last one is going to be 7 Summers Ago. Wide into the turn, looking to avoid the shadow. It did appear that was the 6, All Bets on Kelly, and instead of settling into second as thought about off a 30-second opening quarter, All Bets on Kelly is going to just roar up to the lead here for McNair. So All Bets on Kelly takes the lead from Lions Trina, who again cut that 30-second opening split. Third up the backstretch is HP My Lady. Gap of 3 lengths back to Adina Hanover in 4th. Followed then by Lady Century 5th, and a couple lengths back to 7 Summers Ago. All Bets on Kelly. She's a daughter of All Bets Off, and she leads by a pair as they come up to the half. The half is hit in 59 and 3. Second quarter in 29 and 3. And your leaders, All Bets on Kelly, as they race into the far turn. Lions Trina, the early leader, is second. Third continues to be HP My Lady. Then we go back to the debuters and Adina Hanover, who is being tracked around the turn by Lady Century, and then 7 Summers Ago. As they're approaching 3 quarters, nothing's changed in terms of the order. First one to move off the rail from the back is 7 Summers Ago. Up front, though, All Bets on Kelly by 3 quarters in 128 and 4. Top of the stretch, All Bets on Kelly after a 29 and 1/3 split. Trying to finish the job, drifts out a little bit. Lions Trina is still there second. HP My Lady at the inside third. Back to Adina Hanover, followed by Lady Century and 7 Summers Ago. It's still All Bets on Kelly. Lions Trina up the inside late. All Bets on Kelly. Lions Trina at the inside, and they were very tight at the wire. The time's going to be 1:56 and 4. HP My Lady was third, followed by Adina Hanover and Lady Century. Close at the wire. We'll give it to you in a moment. Lions Trina and All Bets on Kelly. Taking a look at the photo on qualifier number 3, it was number 5, Lions Trina, who edged number 6, All Bets on Kelly. 5 Lions Trina, 156 and 4. Fourth qualifier is for 2-year-old Trotting Fillies. Driver change on 6 Night Stalkers games to Tyler Borth. That's the lone change. 1 Calix, Muscle Hill Filly, Sean Stacy trains. Bob McClure drives. This will be her qualifying debut. She came out of Lexington Select Sale for $100,000 US. 2 is In Session, a Father Patrick filly trained by Dustin Jones. Tyler Jones drives in this filly's first qualifier. 3, Feet of the Moon. Les Posen trains. Paul McDonnell drives. It's a daughter of Green Shoe, her second qualifier. 4 is 7 Rules. She's a daughter of Chapter 7, trained by Blake McIntosh. James McDonald drives. First qualifier for 7 Rules. She was a Lexington Select grad for $87,000 US. 5 is HP Sophia, an alarm detector filly trained by Chantel Mitchell. Louis Waugh drives, second qualifier. 6 is Night Stalkers Games. She's a daughter of Calgary Games, trained by Peter Schodey. It'll be Tyler Borth in the bike. This is her first qualifier. And 7 is Fortnite, also qualifying for the first time. Archangel filly trained by Camila Christoforou. Chris Christoforou in the bike. Starting gate to the top of the stretch, a field of 7 2-year-old trotting fillies for qualifier number 4. And they're off in Trotting. Night Stalkers Games is going out of there quickly. In between rivals is Feet of the Moon. In the center of the track is 7 Rules. At the inside is In Session. Going back to HP Sophia, who is in between a couple. As Calix is at the rail, and the outside starter Fortnite is dropped down to the inside and will be the trailer in 7th. Everybody looking for their seat. One of them still caught on the outside in the 5 HP Sophia. Night Stalkers Games does lead it. Opening quarter time, 32 seconds flat. So you could see as they were leaving out of there, nobody was really in a rush. Everybody just trying to step out nicely. And here comes HP Sophia. As they got through the first turn, she's coming up after the lead. A breaker into the backstretch was the 1 Calix. And also off stride went the 7 Fortnite. So the leader now is HP Sophia. HP Sophia leads it by nearly 2. Night Stalkers Games is in second. Third then is 7 Rules. Fourth is Feet of the Moon, tracked by In Session. And then we are going back to Calix and Fortnite. 1:02 and 3 was the half-mile time. And as they make their way into the far turn, ramping it up now is HP Sophia. HP Sophia leads it by nearly 3. Second is Night Stalkers Games. And you can see that one doing some nice trotting here as they come to 3/4 for Borth. And then followed by 7 Rules as they're by 3/4 in 1:32 and 2. And that was a third quarter in 29 and 4. So the leader is HP Sophia. Night Stalkers Games is on the outside second. Third is 7 Rules. Outside is In Session, and then back to Feet of the Moon. It's still HP Sophia with the lead. Drifting on out is Night Stalkers Games in a heavy pursuit. Coming on is In Session with good final quarter speed. It was Night Stalkers Games to win it. Tight for second between In Session and HP Sophia. 7 Rules was fourth. 2 minutes and 3/5. No changes in today's fifth qualifier, which is coming up in just a moment. It'll be a field of 7 two-year-old trotting fillies. Fifth qualifier, a field of 7 two-year-old trotting fillies. Number 1, Elbows Up, a muscle mass filly, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure drives. She was a Harrisburg buy for $30,000 US. This will be her second qualifier. Also going for the second time is number 2, Twinbee Showbiz, a muscle mass filly, trained by Chantel Mitchell with Louis Waugh on the bike. This was a $47,000 US buy from Harrisburg. 3, Full Moon Maybell, Mulligan B filly. Earl McLeod trains. Jody Jameson drives, second qualifier. 4, Lily Rain, debuting daughter of Archangel, trained by Mike Keeling with Paul McDonnell. Lily Rain came out of Harrisburg for $27,000 US. 5 is Blue Jean Gal, Trixton filly, trained by Julie Walker. Burt Renault drives, second qualifier. 6 is Seroquel, Archangel filly. Dave Holliday trains. Ryan Holliday drives. This will be her third qualifier. First one here at Mohawk. And 7 is Jenny DeVee, a Green Manalishi filly, trained by Camila Christoforou. Chris Christoforou drives. This will be the first qualifier for this Harrisburg grad, $30,000 US. Starting gate off the turn into the stretch. 7 of them lined up. Rookie trotting fillies for today's fifth qualifier. They're off and trotting, and it's an even beginning here for a few of them. Down the center of the track, Blue Jean Gal. To the inside, Full Moon Maybell. The rail starter, Elbows Up, also with a good beginning. Here comes Seroquel on the outside. Inside is Twinbee Showbiz. Then it'll be Jenny DeVee, followed by Lily Rain. Into the first turn, and ultimately, Full Moon Maybell got clear on the lead by a couple of lengths. Second will be Elbows Up. Opening quarter time was 29-3. So a little bit of speed flashed here in the opening stages by Full Moon Maybell, as this one fronts him into the backstretch. Elbows Up, tightening up in second. 3.5 lengths back to Blue Jean Gal in third. Couple lengths then to Seroquel, who is in fourth. Fifth up the backstretch is Twinbee Showbiz, being tracked by Lily Rain. And then Jenny DeVee ultimately ends up there seventh and needs to make up a few lengths to tighten up on the nearest rival. We're going to get a move here coming to the half as Elbows Up looks to loop around. They're by the half in a minute even. So Elbows Up for McClure on the outside will leapfrog Full Moon Maybell. So the early leader is pushed back into second. Third continues to be Blue Jean Gal. Seroquel is in fourth. Twinbee Showbiz back to Lily Rain, and Jenny DeVee rounds things out. They're midway around the far turn, and it is Elbows Up the leader. So elbows up in her second go. This daughter of Muscle Mass has a 2-length advantage on Full Moon Maybell. Blue Jean Gal looks ready to go. Right on that one's back is Sarah Quell. 129 and 3 was the 3-quarter time. So after a 29 and 3 third quarter into the stretch, elbows up, had the jump on them. Blue Jean Gal making up ground though, and is getting a bit closer, almost to the leader's wheel, but rolled off stride. Blue Jean Gal goes off stride. So that leaves elbows up all alone. Sarah Quell to the inside second. Here comes Twinbee Showbiz on the outside. Late trot from Lily Rain in fourth. To the wire, elbows up will win it. Second was Twinbee Showbiz. Third was Sarah Quell. And fourth was Lily Rain. 159 flat. Horses are lining up for the 6th qualifier. 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings will take us into the break here today. Driver change on 3, Speedy Dancer to Jonathan Drury. 5, Colnago goes to Louis Waugh. And 6, Ryder Ross, Jody Jameson. 1, Stingray Deo, 3rd qualifier for this Perfect Sting Colt. Gary Murner trains. Bob McClure drives. Lexington select by for $12,000 US. 2, Lions Blue by You, a Lions Somewhere Colt trained by Randy Harris with Tyler Borth. 2nd outing for this rookie. 3, Speedy Dancer, a Century Farrell Colt trained by Tony Beaton. Jonathan Drury will drive. 2nd qualifier for this London Classic by $20,000. 4, Could Be King, gelded son of Cattle Wash. Nick Gallucci trains. James McDonald drives. 2nd qualifier for this Millar Farms homebred. 5, Colnago, Captain Crunch Colt, trained by Blair Burgess. The driver will be Louis Waugh. This was a yearling purchase out of Harrisburg for $15,000 US. 6 is Ryder Ross, 2nd qualifier for this Danson Luke Colt. Greg McNair trains. Jody Jameson will drive. 7, Night Wash, debuting son of Cattle Wash. Craig Bars trains. Nick Boyd drives. And 8, Don't Envy Me Hanover, Doug McNair for trainer Dave Maneri, a son of Poppy Rob Hanover, 2nd qualifier. So they're off and pacing here in today's 6th. And there you'll see, charging forward goes Ryder Ross. So too does Could Be King. And from the outside, Don't Envy Me Hanover. Meanwhile, Speedy Dancer settles there 4th. And we'll watch as there's a bit of speed up front. Everybody else lining up. Stingray Deo in front of Lions Blue by You. Then we're going to work our way back to Night Wash. And Colnago is the last one. Coming to the opening quarter in a time of 29-1. That was courtesy of Ryder Ross. Ryder Ross leads it for Jameson. Right up there in 2nd, though, is Could Be King. 3rd, Don't Envy Me Hanover as they swing into the backstretch. 4th, you'll find Speedy Dancer. Then mid-pack 5th, that is Stingray Deo. Back to Lions Blue by You. Night Wash, Colnago the last one. Here's a 2nd quarter rush to the lead coming from Don't Envy Me Hanover. And the Poppy Rob Hanover Colt is striding up to the top. Takes the lead away from Ryder Ross. And then in 3rd, Could Be King. They're by the half in 59-2. So Don't Envy Me Hanover is the leader. Yet to get right down to the rail, though, is in front of Ryder Ross 2nd. 3rd, Could Be King. Right there, 4th is Speedy Dancer, being tracked by Stingray Deo. Lions Blue by You. Then Night Wash, Colnago the last one, as they're coming to 3 quarters. Don't Envy Me Hanover leading it here. Was 2nd in the qualifying debut. 2nd quarter rush to the lead and takes them down to 3 quarters in 129 flat. That was a 3rd quarter in 29-3. Don't Envy Me Hanover brings them into the stretch. Early leader Ryder Ross back in 2nd. Off stride there, making a break went Stingray Deo. So drifting out a bit, Don't Envy Me Hanover, but is clear here by 3. Ryder Ross is 2nd. To the outside comes Could Be King. 4th is Speedy Dancer. Down to the line, Don't Envy Me Hanover will win it. Could Be King gets 2nd from Ryder Ross 3rd. Speedy Dancer was 4th, and Lions Blue by You 5th. 156-1, 27-1 on the end of it for Don't Envy Me Hanover. Set to resume with today's qualifying action. 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Trotters for the 7th are being called in. The number 1 is Green Arrow Hanover, a green shoe colt, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure will drive. First time out for this Harrisburg grad, $35,000 US. Number 2 is Anti-Hero, a My MVP colt. Blair Burgess trains and drives. Second qualifier. Anti-Hero was a Harrisburg buy for $4,000 US. 3, the Green Gazoo, Green Manalishi colt, trained by Clark Bealby. Louis Waugh drives. This is the first qualifier for this 2-year-old colt who was bought at Harrisburg for $55,000 US. Number 4, Hot Country, gelded son of Muscle Mass. Nick Gallucci trains. James McDonald in the bike. This was a London Classic buy for $110,000, and it'll be the second qualifier for Hot Country. And then on the outside is 5, Jet Air, a gelded son Archangel, trained by Kyle Fellows. Tyler Jones drives. Second qualifier for this rookie. Field of 5 on the trot here. 2-year-old Colts and Geldings as we start with the back half of today's qualifiers. This is the 7th of the day. Starting gate into the stretch, a field of 5. Qualifier number 7, here they come. And they're off and trotting. Coming forward will be Jet Air from the outside, as that one is quickly striding out to the lead. Hot Country with a good beginning, showing some speed. Meanwhile, Anti-Hero gets away in 3rd. The Green Gazoo ducks in behind 4th, and then it'll be Green Arrow Hanover to get away 5th from the rail. So they're a little gapped out as they get into this first turn, and Jet Air is the leader. So Jet Air sent out to the front just like he was in his qualifying debut, which was a winning effort. And it's Jet Air to the opening quarter in a time of 29-3. Right in behind second, though, is Hot Country. Then 3rd, that is Anti-Hero. 4th into the backstretch, the Green Gazoo. And Green Arrow Hanover is then back in 5th. Up the backside here, and Jones has a tight hold here on Jet Air, who is out in front by nearly 2 lengths. That is a son of Archangel. Second, a Muscle Mass in Hot Country, followed along in 3rd by the My MVP colt Anti-Hero. Right there, 4th is the Green Manalishi colt, the Green Gazoo. The last one, the son of Green Shoe, Green Arrow Hanover. A minute and a 5th was the half-mile time, 30-3 in the second quarter. And it continues to be Jet Air in front. Tracked along in second by Hot Country. Then right there, 3rd is Anti-Hero. The Green Gazoo is 4th, and 5th is Green Arrow Hanover. About 7 lengths separate them from front to back. Up front, though, Jet Air all of a sudden has a 2-length lead here on Hot Country as they come to 3 quarters. So the half was a minute and a 5th, 3-quarter time, 1:30-2 off the turn into the stretch. 30-1. Third quarter there for Jet Air, and Jet Air will try and close it out. Second is Hot Country. Anti-Hero a little wide in 3rd. That allows the Green Gazoo to come on through, and then back to Green Arrow Hanover into the final 1/8 of the mile. Jet Air's trying to hold on. In pursuit is Hot Country, and so too is the Green Gazoo. The Green Gazoo trying to go by that lead pair, and it's the Green Gazoo with a nice-looking debut to win it by 3 parts of a length. Second there was Hot Country. Jet Air was 3rd, then back to Green Arrow Hanover. And the last one, Anti-Hero, 1:59-4 for the Green Gazoo. Today's eighth qualifier is being called in. Driver change on 1, Green Money Queen to Scott Young. Driver change on 7, Pat's Queen to James McDonald. 1, Green Money Queen is a daughter of Green Man Alishi. This will be her second qualifier. Trained by Sean Stacy, Scott Young will drive. She was a Harrisburg buy for $70,000 US. 2 is Settler, Archangel Filly, trained by Camille Christoforou. Chris Christoforou drives. First time out for this filly. 3, Lo and Behold, a Green Man Alishi filly, trained by Meg Crone with Louis Waugh. This will be her third qualifier. She was a $65,000 London Classic purchase. 4 is Flowing Tribute, Green Man Alishi filly, trained by Paul Reed. Bob McClure drives. This will be her second qualifier. She was a $30,000 buy from the London Classic. 5 is Chex Mix, Green Man Alishi filly, trained by Clark Bealby. Jonathan Drury will steer. And this was a Harrisburg buy for $90,000 US. 6 is HP Fashionista, a muscle mass filly. Ben Bayerjean trains. Tyler Borth will drive. Third qualifier for HP Fashionista. She came out of the London Classic for $135,000. And then on the outside, number 7 is Pat's Queen, a Father Patrick filly. Debut qualifier for this Rod Hughes trainee. The driver will be James McDonald. Field of 7 for qualifier number 8. Starting gate into the stretch. 2-year-old Trotting fillies. Here they come for the 8th. And they're off and trotting. Lo and Behold, the quickest off the wings as she steps out in front. Flowing Tribute crossing over into second. On the outside is Chex Mix getting away in third. Rail starter Green Money Queen is fourth. Then to Settler, who is fifth. Inside to HP Fashionista. And the outside starter Pat's Queen will be the trailer. So it's Waugh in front with Lo and Behold. And Lo and Behold will take him to the opening panel up top by 2. Flowing Tribute in second. Third is Chex Mix, and Green Money Queen is spotted in fourth. 30-2 was the opening quarter. Lo and Behold, the leader. Off stride in third went Chex Mix. Chex Mix makes a break. So that'll allow everybody else to move up a spot. As they're midway up the backstretch here, Lo and Behold leads it by 2. Flowing Tribute in second. Green Money Queen looking to close the gap in third. Fourth is going to be Settler. Then we are going back to Pat's Queen, who is in front of Chex Mix. She's reset, and the trailer continues to be HP Fashionista. The half was hit in 101-2. A second quarter trotted in 31 seconds flat. Lo and Behold, for the first time, this is her third qualifier, and for the first time, she does the road work. Second is Flowing Tribute. Green Money Queen looking to pick it up to stay right there third. Then back to Settler in fourth, who is followed by Pat's Queen. Off stride again went Chex Mix, and well back then to HP Fashionista. Coming to 3 quarters, and it's still Lo and Behold by 3 quarters in 130-4, and they'll spin for home after a 29-2 third quarter. Lo and Behold into the lane. Flowing Tribute in pursuit second. Green Money Queen is there third. Then going back to Settler in fourth, followed by Pat's Queen fifth. Final 8th here. Lo and Behold at the inside. Flowing Tribute pressing on the outside. Digging in is Lo and Behold. Flowing Tribute trying to edge on by. Lo and Behold and Flowing Tribute coming down to the wire, and Lo and Behold hangs on, fights that one off. So with Lo and Behold from Flowing Tribute, Green Money Queen was third. Then back to Pat's Queen in fourth. 158-1. Qualifier number 9, no changes here. 2-year-old pacing fillies lining up. One is McPrincess, a McWicked filly trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives. This will be her second qualifier. First here at Mohawk, $7,000 US grad of the Lexington Select Sale. 2, HP Tourmaline is a control the moment filly. This is her debut. Chantel Mitchell trains. The driver Louis Waugh. 3 is Almara, a Dance and Lou filly trained by Les Posen. The driver's Tyler Jones. Second qualifier for this filly. 4, Bikini Sealster, also her second time out. She's a daughter of Bulldog Hanover. Sean Stacy trains. Bob McClure drives, and she came out of the Lexington Select Sale for $150,000 US. 5 is Final Rinse. Debuting daughter of Cattle Wash for Craig Bars, Nick Boyd drives. 6 is Lions Hungry Apple, a Stay Hungry filly. This is her second qualifier. She's trained by Randy Harris. Tyler Borth in the bike. She came out of Harrisburg for $9,000 US. And 7 is Stompa, a Cattle Wash filly. Mike Timpano trains. Damian McClellan will drive. And this one already with a pari-mutuel start under her belt. She was second in her debut on June 28th at Georgian Downs. A field of 7 lined up. 2-year-old pacing fillies for the 9th. Here they come. And they're off and pacing, and Almara is going to kick on out of there. A little steppy coming away was Bikini Sealster. Getting around her is Lions Hungry Apple. From the rail is McPrincess. Back then to Final Rinse, HP Tourmaline, and the last one will be Stompa. So they get lined up as up front. Lions Hungry Apple looks to clear there on Almara and Will. So it's Lions Hungry Apple to the top. Almara in second, McPrincess is third, Bikini Sealster fourth. The opening quarter time 30-2. Pacing fillies come out of the first bend, and up front here it's a daughter of Stay Hungry and Lions Hungry Apple leading it. And as they straighten out into the backstretch, they start to roll right along. Almara tracks in second, and then it's about 8 lengths going back to McPrincess in third. Another few lengths then to Bikini Sealster, who is fourth. Fifth up the backside is Final Rinse, followed by HP Tourmaline, and Stompa is the trailer, about 18 lengths from the front. So that 2-horse breakaway saw Lions Hungry Apple and Almara cruise along as they were by the half in a minute and a fifth. They went 29-4 in the second quarter. Getting a bit closer now from third is McPrincess. Then we're going back to Bikini Sealster in fourth. Might force the hand here of Final Rinse to go around, and that one will from fifth, followed by HP Tourmaline and Stompa. Up front, Lions Hungry Apple said goodbye here to Almara on the far turn and opens up by 7-8 lengths. It's all Lions Hungry Apple down to 3/4. McPrincess to the outside trying to move into a second. 3/4 time, 1:29-1. Off the turn into the stretch. It was 29 seconds flat in the third quarter, and Lions Hungry Apple just got away on them. Almara trying to battle back at the inside. McPrincess is now into second. Bikini Sealster is still back there in third. HP Tourmaline on the outside. Stompa, and then the trailer is Final Rinse. So it'll be a blowout here in qualifier number 9. Lions Hungry Apple will win it. All Lions Hungry Apple. McPrincess in second. Going to be tight for third. Holding on there was Almara on Bikini Sealster coming up the inside. 1:57-1. Horses lining up for the 10th qualifier. It'll be a field of 6. 2-year-old colt and geldings. One is Steinbeck, a Chapter 7 colt trained by Blair Burgess. The driver is James McDonald. This one came out of the Lexington Select Sale for $40,000 US. Number 2, Dream for Peace, a muscle mass colt, second qualifier for this Sean Stacy trainee. Bob McClure drives. 3, Green Energy, a green Manalishi colt trained by Blake McIntosh. Doug McNair will steer. 4th qualifier for this rookie, who is a grad of the Lexington Select Sale for $42,000 US. 4, Toss of the Dice is an Archangel. Kyle Fellows trains. Tyler Borth drives. $25,000 buy from the London Classic. This will be his 3rd qualifier. 5, Royal Captain, debuting son of Captain Corey for Dustin Jones. Tyler Jones drives. Royal Captain came out of the Lexington Select Sale for $105,000 US. And 6 is Milan Du Hurrah, gelded son of Green Manalishi, trained by Jean Tournay. The driver is Louis Waugh. This will be his 3rd qualifier, and he was a $20,000 buy from the London Classic. Starting gate gets to the top of the stretch, a field of 6. Today's 10th qualifier. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. It's going to be Toss of the Dice and Green Energy. Green Energy makes a miscue, though. Short break, but back on stride. So Toss of the Dice to the front. Meanwhile, Royal Captain is following that one's path and gets away in 2nd. Dream for Peace is 3rd for the time being. Here's Green Energy once again reset, going back to Steinbeck, and then a slow beginning for the 6, Milan Du Hurrah, and that one's off stride into the first turn. So the leader here is Toss of the Dice, and right in behind is Royal Captain. The opening quarter time was 30-1. Toss of the Dice is the leader. 2nd is the first-timer, Royal Captain. It's about 6 lengths going back to Dream for Peace, who is 3rd. Green Energy will ride on the outside 4th. Inside 5th is Steinbeck, and then well back again to Milan Du Hurrah. A 2-horse breakaway here in this 10th qualifier, as it continues to be Toss of the Dice, but that's not going to last much longer, as coming around is Royal Captain, so the debuter. And Tyler Jones wants to get this one to the lead as they go by the half in 101 flat. So we get a new leader in the form of Royal Captain, who circled Toss of the Dice. Back in 3rd is Dream for Peace. The first-timer Steinbeck is then in 4th. Green Energy back in 5th. And well back to Milan Du Hurrah. So we saw this one make a 2nd quarter loop to the top, and Royal Captain here in the 3rd quarter looking good up front, leads by 3, coming to 3 quarters on Toss of the Dice. They're by that marker in 129-3. That was 28-3 3rd quarter speed. Royal Captain into the stretch. The son of Captain Corey has a couple of lengths on Toss of the Dice. Toss of the Dice, though, inching back in on Royal Captain. Then we're going well back to Dream for Peace, who is 3rd. Steinbeck is 4th. Green Energy 5th, a 16th to go. Royal Captain, Toss of the Dice with a final push on the outside, up to the wheel, but not going to get much closer as it is. Royal Captain to win. 2nd was Toss of the Dice, and then finishing in 3rd will be Dream for Peace, followed by Green Energy and Steinbeck. 157-2, a sharp mile here in the debut for Royal Captain. The 11th qualifier is lining up. We're going to have a field of 5. Take out number 1, Miss Wiggles. So we'll start with number 2, Laney Blue, Captain Treacherous filly for trainer Rod Boyd, Doug McNair to drive. This is going to be her 3rd outing. One of those was a start. She raced back on June 13th in a pari-mutuel event, was 3rd. 3, Our Sports Delight, Better's Delight filly, trained by Greg McNair. Tyler Jones will do the driving, 2nd time out. 4, Monty Amori is an Always Be Mickey filly, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure to drive. She came out of the Lexington Select Sale for $85,000 US. 5, Easy Station, another Captain Treacherous filly for Kyle Fellows. Louis Waugh drive, 2nd qualifier. She was a Lexington Select purchase for $45,000 US. And number 6, She's Gone, a Better's Delight filly trained by Dave Maneri. James McDonald drives. This is her 2nd qualifier. Starting gate into the stretch. Here they come for the 11th. They're off and pacing to the inside, Laney Blue. She's a little steppy, and you can see off stride now. So Laney Blue does make a break. Going out ahead will be Monty Amori, who has Easy Station on its back. To the outside, She's Gone. Then to Our Sports Delight, and that breaker, Laney Blue, is back pacing now. Getting into the first turn, and McClure sends out the first-timer Monty Amore, and Monty Amore heads to the opening quarter. Easy Station is 2nd. Right there, 3rd, She's Gone. Riding on that one's back 4th is Our Sports Delight. 31-4 was the opening quarter. As they'll come out of the first turn, that speed's going to have to pick up now because She's Gone is out from 3rd. So She's Gone is looking to brush up to the lead. Monty Amore will give way. Meanwhile, Easy Station follows 3rd. Then we are going back to Our Sports Delight and well back to Laney Blue. She's Gone does make it out to the top, and she will clear to command before the midway point. She's Gone by the half in 102 and 2. Pacing fillies continue on. She's Gone by a couple of lengths. Monty Amori in 2nd. Easy Station is 3rd. 4th is Our Sports Delight. And well back is Laney Blue. 5/8 of the mile now complete. She's Gone leads it by a couple. 2nd time out for the daughter of Better's Delight. The first timer, Monty Amori, gets a little closer again there 2nd. Off the rail, here comes Easy Station underway for Waugh from 3rd. And to follow the path will be Our Sports Delight. 1:32 is the 3/4 time. Pacing fillies into the stretch. And they'll look to sprint home now. Easy Station on the outside. Coming out a bit is She's Gone. Up the rail, Monty Amori. Our Sports Delight will fan out widest of them all. Less than an 8th to go. Taking the lead is Easy Station. Monty Amori at the rail between horses as She's Gone back in 3rd. And then Our Sports Delight coming down to the wire. It's going to be Easy Station to win it. Monty Amori was 2nd. She's Gone 3rd. Our Sports Delight 4th. 2 minutes and a 5th. Final qualifier today is about to go. It'll be the 12th race, 2-year-old Trotting Fillies to cap things off. We'll scratch number 7, Lake Buena Vista. That's the lone change. It'll be a field of 6 to line up here in a moment, as you'll see the gate now driving on out. 1 will be Sweet Mama T. She's a daughter of Muscle Mass, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure drives. This is her second time out. She was a $40,000 U.S. buy from Harrisburg. 2, HP Crystalline is an alarm detector filly trained by Chantel Mitchell. Louis Waugh drives, also the second time out. 3, Antebellum is a bar-hopping filly trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives. This will be her second go. 4 is Figuratively and a green Manalishi filly trained by Dustin Jones. Tyler Jones in the bike, third qualifier for her. 5, Intense Manalishi, second time out for the Julie Walker trainee. This is a daughter of Green Manalishi. Bert Renault drives. And 6 is D.A. Gabriella, a Green Manalishi filly trained by Camila Christoforou. Chris Christoforou drives. And D.A. Gabriella, who makes her qualifying debut here today, was a London Classic purchase for $90,000. Number 7 is scratched. So that's the field of 6 to cap things off. Our next qualifying day here at Woodbine Mohawk Park will come up on Monday morning. Start time for Monday, July 7th is 9:30. And then a week today, we continue on. On July 11th, live racing tonight coming up at 6:35. And this evening, we will have an 11 race card. The feature event, speaking of 2-year-olds, will be the first OSS Gold leg of the year for 2-year-old pacing fillies. That comes up in race number 5. Continue on tomorrow night. Once again, 6:35 start time. And tomorrow night's card features another OSS Gold event, this time for the 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. We cap things off here in qualifier number 12 with a field of 6 2-year-old trotting fillies to the top of the stretch. And they're off and trotting. A break at the start for the 5, Intense Manalishi. Striding out to the top goes Figuratively. Antebellum to follow along. HP Crystalline getting away in 3rd. Rail starter Sweet Mama T. She got away in 4th. Little speed there from D.A. Gabriella to step around a breaker and gets down to the rail in 5th. That breaker, as mentioned, was Intense Manalishi. She's back trotting now, and she's got to make up about 10 lengths to catch her nearest rival. Figuratively showing the way, opening quarter time, 30-1. So it's Figuratively and Tyler Jones. This is the 3rd outing for this daughter of Green Manalishi. First time she's been put on the lead. Antebellum is in 2nd, a couple lengths going back to HP Crystalline in 3rd. Following that one is Sweet Mama T 4th. Then back to D.A. Gabriella. The first timer is 5th, and then another 7 lengths back to the early breaker Intense Manalishi. So they're a little gapped out here coming to the midway point. Figuratively by 2. Antebellum gets a bit closer here just as they come up to the half. The half was hit in 1 minute and 4/5. Second quarter was trotted in 30-3, and it's still Figuratively as they tighten up now for the far turn. Figuratively by 2. Antebellum in 2nd. 3rd is HP Crystalline. Sweet Mama T is racing 4th, tracked by D.A. Gabriella in 5th, and another 4 lengths then back to Intense Manalishi. They're halfway around the far turn, and Figuratively trying to pick it up a bit here now, striding out as they come to 3 quarters. Antebellum 2nd, HP Crystalline, Sweet Mama T, D.A. Gabriella, and Intense Manalishi. 1:30-1 was the 3-quarter clocking. Off the turn into the stretch, 29-2 3rd quarter for Figuratively. She gets them into the lane. Antebellum is 2nd. 3rd is HP Crystalline, Sweet Mama T on the outside. 4th, then back to D.A. Gabriella and Intense Manalishi. Figuratively is a 16th to go, and now firing a blow will be Antebellum, who comes to the outside, still a length and a half away. HP Crystalline also getting closer. Figuratively almost home. Figuratively wins it. 2nd was Antebellum, then 3rd was HP Crystalline. Sweet Mama T was 4th, 158-3.